Hi, I'm Steve, and this is my guidebook for the short-term rental I have in Independence, Missouri, nearby Kansas City. It's got live weather, maps, local restaurant recommendations, information about the property, all in one link I can send to every guest. I built this whole thing out in a period of about 2 to 3 hours, and I'm going to teach you how to do it in about 5 minutes. Best thing is, it costs me absolutely nothing to host. I do recommend a paid subscription to an AI service for doing this, but it's not mandatory. I used a namecheap.com domain that I already had, basekc.com, and this is hosted on GitHub using Vercel, but I'm going to show you an even simpler way to do that. I've got complete instructions here at hosts.basekc.com. You can see what comes in the prompt. It's got complete instructions here for you. And then as you scroll down, you get to the prompt itself. You copy that over, put that into a text edit program. I'm using text edit here on Mac OS. You can also use Notepad on Windows. And then you're going to come up and you're just going to edit some of these custom fields. You're going to put your brand name in there. You're going to put your tagline. You can choose your colors for your branding, so on and so on. Now, as you go through this, keep in mind that you can make changes, right? You can't update this as you go. This is just to sort of get you online, get something going. If you decide later you want to remove a pizza place because you got terrible service there one day, you can totally do that. And in fact, most of this, your AI program, whether it's Claude or ChatGPT, can actually walk you through doing it. The only part that's even a little bit tricky is getting the coordinates. My trick is to just go to Google Maps and you can find the location, right click, and just copy those coordinates over, and then you've just got to format them for that part, just like I'm doing here. Just make sure the right ones are in the right spot there. I'm using the Kauffman Center here as an example. Obviously, my short-term rental is not the Kauffman Center. You can continue on filling out as much information here as you like, checkout reminders, favorite restaurants, favorite activities to do around town. I even have a spot for a Viator affiliate ID if you wanted to, earn commissions on like Viator tours. On mine, I have a car service to and from the airport. I don't know how well that's going to convert, but just I thought that was a slick little feature. Now in my version, I have a feature that this version does not have, and that is I have links to where the guests can click either to plug the location directly into Waze. It's kind of like a go button. You scroll down, you see like Jack Stack, and then right next to Jack Stack, there's a Waze and then like a Maps button. The Waze button goes to Waze, the Maps button goes to Google Maps or Apple Maps, whatever the user's preference. That's something that you could do too. You just sort of have to iterate with your AI, right? You just have to have the conversation with your AI that those links take a certain type of formatting. But Claude AI with my Pro subscription handled it without a sweat. So I'm sure it could handle yours too. Okay, so I'm pretty much done here. I just need to copy this back into my notepad, and then I'm going to paste this whole prompt into my Claude window. Now, this is a brand new Claude free subscription that I set up just for this demo. In my opinion, it moves a good deal slower than it did when I built mine using my Claude Pro subscription, but it does work. So I don't know how much back and forth you'll be able to do with the free subscription. So I do kind of recommend using the $20 a month Claude Pro. even if you just cancel after a month. But you can also do the free and see how far you go with it, and then upgrade when you like. Nice thing about it is you can, if you're using Sonnet, the Sonnet model, AI model, you're going to be able to, actually, you'll be able to do many different versions of this. You can just keep going and going and going until you really got it as perfect as you want. You won't be able to do that with the free versions of any of these AI tools. Anyhow, so Claude thinks on this prompt here for about 2.5 minutes. I kind of wanted to do this demo without making any cuts, so you can see how quick it truly can be done. But I am going to I think, speed this up here until Claude finishes. All right, when Claude's done, they're going to pop up this little preview screen here. Now, a note on the preview screen, any special kind of widgets that you have in here, like the weather widget or the Viator or the maps, probably are not going to render. It's just not going to work right until the actual HTML is published. So don't worry about that. But you could, kind of pause here, and you could work with Claude to go through and iterate a few more versions of this if you like. If you want to add more sections, if you want to tweak things, if you want to change the language, you can keep going. And then when you're ready, you're just going to download that index.html file. It needs to be exactly that name with no caps. In my case right here, I already had one, so I had to overwrite it. And then after that, we're just going to go over to Netlify. And like, the cool thing about Netlify, you do need to sign up for a membership, but it's free. You just sign up for an account. And you don't have to pay anything. And then it's literally drag and drop. That's it. It cannot be simpler than that. You can see that's what I'm doing right here. I'm just dropping that in, and it's done. It is online. Up at the top, it has the link you can click, and that's your link. Now, that link they give you, well, it's not very pretty, but honestly, I think that can be a feature. If you have information on here that you don't necessarily want to be easy to find on the web, having that obscure link, probably the only people that would ever see it would be people that you send it to. Now, if you wanted to do the thing where you ask users to save it to their home screen and it looks like an app on the phone, that's called a progressive web app, and you can just ask Claude to walk you through setting that up. Hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.